Being once associated with an illustrious club such as FC Barcelona certainly came with its perks, such as being in the presence of star players such as Lionel Messi.
Most times when I go to training, you can see the first team is finishing, so you get to see the big players like Messi and Iniesta.
She learned a lot at FC Barcelona. It's a tremendous experience, and to be in the same training center as Messi, as Iniesta, as Xavi.
On one occasion at the training ground, Thompson got to meet Barcelona's Brazilian star Neymar in person.
When I met him, he was doing the Barca. I went to watch the first team train, and then he came over, took a picture with me, and gave me an autograph and everything. And like watching all the Barca and the people train, it's completely different than how they play. Like they're a lot faster and better in training because they're playing against their own team, and they're a good team altogether. Messi has more experience and a lot stronger than him, but I think in a few years Neymar could be better than Messi.
More recently, Thompson successfully auditioned to feature in a television commercial with Manchester City midfield Yaya Toure, who also had a phenomenal playing stint with Barcelona in La Liga.
He's huge. He actually seemed really nice. He talked to me, like he came over, talked to me about stuff, and then like I was surprised because he was speaking to a lot of people, but in lots of different languages. I'm like, what is he saying? When you go to do the casting, you have to just do juggling, and then they see like, okay, you're good, and then you go. They went to another football area where you just like they planned it, did the main like what was going to be in the commercial. And then you have to go to the main area where they're shooting it. But it was a lot of work. I had to get up at 5:30 to be somewhere at 6:15.
Thompson's progress at UE Panea last season did not go unnoticed, as she was chosen among an elite group of players to take part in pre-trials for national duty with Spain.
I was actually kind of surprised when I found out it was me. Like, I went to training with my normal team, and then they said, Kenni, you have a spot, and apparently everyone knew about it, and I didn't. I'm like, what, me? And I was kind of nervous when I first went, because like those are the best girl footballers in my age group, and some of them are better than most of the boys that I play with, so how am I going to make out?
That was a big honor to be selected in the pool of 30 players for the Catalan region. There are different regions throughout Spain, and they all play as their own selección, basically almost like their own national team, and they have these regionals, and then of course the Spanish national teams tend to get chosen from the best players in these regions. So to be chosen in that pool of 30 in the Catalan region, and the Catalans are very competitive when it comes to these regional tournaments, often making the semifinals, finals, and often even winning the regional tournaments. Said a lot about the reputation that she has in the region.
I went to the trial with her. It was one day. There were like 30 girls, and all of them were good. A few stood out from the others, but it was hard to pick, hard to select. I mean, it was amazing for us that someone saw her and felt that she was good enough to have a trial with the Catalan selection.
When asked what is her ultimate goal in her chosen sport, Thompson replied,
maybe go somewhere like the US or England and become more professional, and then maybe like become better than most boys to show that girls can be just as good as the guys.
Kenni has a desire to play for Arsenal, so I guess next stop UK. The little ones are on board. Yeah, we're going to England. All they want is a dog. So if we get an apartment in England, it has to be one that can have a dog. Here we can't have a dog. So.
You know, the women's football, of course, professionally, it's not like the men. But there are pockets of professional football, so that's her goal. Of course, the other goal is to be able to win a scholarship. The best place for that is in the U.S. So a scholarship, and then maybe seeing what professional football has to offer. So either way, she would have to be one of the better players that either a professional club or a top university can find to offer a contract. So either way, she must work very, very hard to progress, to be competitive towards these ambitions.
With a little more personal sacrifice, Thompson's mom believes her daughter can further enhance her football skills practicing in her own spare time.
I think she can do more, because even though we're in this age of technology and the iPads and that computer thing, the phone thing, it drives me bonkers, I'm going to be honest. And I'm like, Kenny, you could be out with a football just juggling, sitting on the couch or somewhere just juggling the football. There's little things like that. I think she can do more.
Still a lot of work to go, of course, but for what she's done so far and some of the performances that I've seen, that I'm happy with.
As much as women's football is portrayed in the media these days, Thompson believes the women's version of the sport is not taken as seriously as the men's.
Just because we're girls doesn't mean we have to be worse than them. We can be just as good or even better. When I come here to play with Cornelia, I play the best I can to show that yes, I'm a girl, but I can also be better than most of the boys here.
The women's football is growing. There are more women that, from what I'm told, that are of course playing now than before. That the general structure is the same as the boys, the league structures and so on. A club like Barca have, of course, the best players in the Catalan region. Other clubs like Espanyol also are very strong, and San Gabriel is a very strong women's program as well. So overall, the women's football seems to be growing.
That Thompson is thriving with her new club in Barcelona gives her mom a great degree of satisfaction.
This year, going to San Gabriel, back to all the girls. I know she was initially a little bit timid again, going back to the girls. She did a trial with San Gabriel and Espanyol girls as well. And with San Gabriel, the group, when she went there, it was a higher level that she had to perform in a match. First, a practice match, she had to perform against an older team, and she did. She played well, she was strong, she was fit, and she did really well. And after that, she said, the coach said, there were I think 3 or 4 of them trying out in that practice match. So he said, okay, Kenny, I want you, and the other 2 I'll decide later about you. So that was good for her inside. For me, when she told me, it was a boost for her, and of course that makes me happy.